think it's that simple? Yeah, I do.
Welcome to Dave's Take. Today we're talking about Marty Supreme, the new film starring Timothy Chalamet. To be honest, I didn't know much about this film. I saw the trailer and it didn't really give much away, which I love. I just saw it was a big cast, and Josh Safdie was directing it. He directed Uncut Gems with his brother, and it was getting a lot of buzz. People were saying that this could be Best Picture. This could be the film of the year. And I really loved Marty Supreme. This is one of my favorite films of the year. There's so many great things in this film. Let's first talk about performances. Timothée Chalamet is absolutely spectacular here. I know last year he was in that Bob Dylan movie, and he does give a great performance as Bob Dylan. He got nominated for an Oscar for that. This film, Marty Supreme, this performance really feels like this is the one that could get him that Oscar. This feels like a different type of performance. This feels like Timothée was really giving it his all, his own type of personality. Felt like it was oozing throughout this film, which is weird to say because, like, I don't know Timothée personally, but this character of Marty and the things that he has to do or he thinks he has to do and the things he does to get to those goals just feel like it's this guy on this mission that will do anything. And this performance that Timothée gives just feels so real. He absolutely is the best part about this film. It's not just him. Everyone else give great performances. Gwyneth Paltrow is amazing here. I haven't seen her anything in a while, but she's a great actress and she really shows off what she can do when she's given roles that are like, Oscar-worthy type movies. I'm not trying to, shit on the MCU or anything like that. Like, she's great as Pepper Potts, but movies like this can really showcase the talent that she has. A surprise in this film for me was Kevin O'Leary. If you don't know who that is Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank. He is great here. He's pretty much playing himself, this rich entrepreneur that has these business aspirations and everything like that. He is great here. We're not going to talk about his bullshit comments about AI. That's a whole other can of worms. And honestly, what he said was fucking bullshit. But he gives a great performance. I gotta give him credit. He plays, like I said, pretty much his same kind of character he plays on Shark Tank, but it works for this story and it works for this movie. And I really like Tyler Creator in this movie. The scenes that he was in were really fun. There were some that were really suspenseful. I just thought he did a good job too. I also got to give the film props of how it was crafted. This film feels just enormous, but it feels like Josh Safdie had this harness around this energy around this film. And it has that same type of feeling as Uncut Gems. This honestly feels like Uncut Gems too. What I mean by that, it's that very stressful, anxiety-induced type of sequences. Throughout the film, Marty makes so many different decisions that feel self-destructive, feels like it's this house of cards kind of building up. And you know that one thing could go wrong that would ruin everything else. And you know that there's things going on when he's trying to deal with one thing. In the back of his mind, he has to deal with something else. It is that same exact anxiety-induced feeling that you had when you watch Uncut Gems. The Safdie brothers must have a very stressful life, and this is their way of expressing it because they're very good at conveying that type of feeling. I mean, throughout the whole entire film, I think my heart rate was just skyrocketing. I felt like I was getting sweaty. They do such a good job with films like this. I would say Marty Supreme isn't as intense as Uncut Gems from what I remember. I haven't seen that film since I saw it in theaters. But there are so many moments in this film where I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh my God, Marty, what are you doing? But the story here is great. It's just about this person who is trying to do everything he can to prove to himself and to everyone else that he's the best at something. And he just runs into all these decisions that he has to make. And he typically makes the wrong decisions to try to get to that thing and also be blinded by everything that's going around him. Like, there are more important things in life, but he doesn't see it as that. He feels like this one thing he has to do is the most important thing he needs to do. So I really love the film's subtle messaging there. There are things that are going on in life that are more important than you think. And there are things that you think they're important aren't really that important. And this film is just made beautifully. It takes place in the 1950s. It feels like you are in a time machine. You just dropped into that era. And the pacing here is phenomenal. This film is like 2.5 hours long, but because of how stressful the film feels, from about the first fourth of the movie, it just never lets up. The film doesn't feel like it's dragging because the whole entire time you're just tapping your leg. You're like, what are you doing, Marty? And the film is really well written. There are so many sequences and scenes that keep the audience engaged, and there are things that happen that can feel like they're out of left field, but they feel like they exist in this story, in this world of Marty Supreme. So in the end, I was not disappointed by Marty Supreme. I think it's an excellent film that's extremely well made with great performances, a film that's not going to drag its feet, a film that's not going to make you bored because you're going to be stressed the whole entire time. So that is my warning. If you saw Uncut Gems and you're like, I never want an experience like that ever again, you should not watch Marty Supreme. But if you love Uncut Gems, or if you're looking for a movie that's extremely well made with great performances, I think you should definitely check out Marty Supreme. I'm going to give Marty Supreme 9.5 Davey Daves. I haven't been really keeping up with Oscar buzz, to be honest, so I don't know who's even leading the race in Best Leading Actor. But I will say this feels like this could be the one for Timothy. I think this has a way better shot than the Bob Dylan performance, which was also great in. But something about this performance, I don't know. You just have to see. So, Marty Supreme, let me know what you guys thought of it once you've seen it. I'm curious to hear. And thank you so much for watching. Click here to see more of Davey Dave's Takes.